Hello. The purpose of this document is to explain our next module item, and it's about your ADA restroom details. And we're going to go back to our ADA topic because our project is, since it's open to the public, it's a restaurant, it's a cafe, therefore it serves the public. Not only are the doors and the spaces need to conform to ADA, we also have to build everything to conform to the Americans with Disabilities Act, okay, including the fixtures, the outlets, the buttons, how high they are, how far they are supposed to be. So that's what we're going to do for this module. So you may argue that, hey, this project is private. Is if it serves the public, you have to comply with the ADA. Well, what about an office space? Well, if it's an office space, you cannot discriminate against an employee that is disabled. So you do have to provide disabled access to them in case they get hired. Because remember, you cannot discriminate against disabled people. So if you say that I'm not going to hire disabled people, then that means that you are discriminating against them. So, by law, everybody has to comply except private residences. Okay? To do this, we will create what we call an enlarged plan. Okay? On an enlarged plan, we will have to put dimensions on how long these grab bars are, how far they are from the wall, the needed clearance, the size of the restroom itself, and all that other stuff. So we're going to do this, okay? And then after that, we are also going to do an interior elevation. Okay, interior elevation means that we are going to show what these four walls look like. Okay, and so this would be the north wall, and this would be the um, south wall, the east wall, and the west wall. Okay, so when you finally have done this, you're gonna do this later. You will have to label. You have to label this um, north, south. Uh, no, this one. Yeah, this one is north. This one is west. I think this one is south and this one is east. Okay, so you have to do that. And so let's start creating our enlarged plan. Okay, so we're gonna create an enlarged plan. Our enlarged plan should be a bigger scale. Right now, the scale of this one is 1/8 inch is to a foot, and that's not enough if you want to measure or put some measurement of how far the sink is to the bowl and whatever. That's going to be too small. So we're going to create an enlarged plan. In that case, I'm just simply right click on this one and make a copy. We're going to put it before layout 2 and click create a copy and then click OK. Now, why is it at the end? I don't know. I'm just going to put it back here. And then right click here, and then we're going to rename this. And we're going to call it A-5. Okay. And then zoom in and change the name of this file to A-5. And what I'm going to put here are enlarged plan. Okay. And we're going to leave this later. I mean, just put a question mark here. So I know that it's that I need to change the name of those. Okay. And then like always, I don't want to erase anything until I'm final we've been drawing. So I'm going to just move that here, and then we're going to move this also down here. Okay, and then we're going to simply copy this. I'm going to select this, and we're going to type in copy, and we're going to bring that here. And we are going to create a larger scale here. So we're going to double click the inside and unlock the viewport scale here. And we're going to change it to a maybe a quarter is good. So quarter, and then pan. In relation to feet, I think it's still small. So, but anyway, let's see. If I copy this, bring this here, and if I wanted to measure, I'm gonna just simply do a region all so I can see everything in black. And if I want to make the measurement or dimension, let's say from the sink to like the bowl here, okay, that be good enough? Yeah, probably. Yeah, 6 foot 5 16 6 feet. Yeah, maybe it is. Maybe it's good enough. So we'll just do a quarter. So if we're settled with this one, double click here and make sure that you lock it, padlock. Click outside and select this, and then let's adjust this so that we can only see what we needed to see. There you go. Okay. So that's just double the scale. We had an eighth before, and now it's a quarter. And if you want it to be um, bigger than this one, then you have to again change it. So we'll leave it. We're gonna cancel this, erase that one, and then let's move this later. But I don't want to see this grid here, this line. Is that a grid? So double click here, and we'll do a layer command, and we're going to select the base of this one is called Rev 3, I think. Here you go. Here's the layers for Rev 3. And is that the grid? So if I click this and it doesn't turn off, that's not it. I think that's a section line. So here's section line. So click this. There you go. It's now off. Okay. So I'm good now. I may want to pull this down back some more. There you go. And then this one some more. There you go. Okay, so that's the enlarged plan. And what are the dimensions I want to put in dimensions on the enlarged plan? Okay, the next thing that we're going to put is some dimensions. We want it to be at 1/4 scale, I believe. Yeah, double click and it says 1/4. Yeah, we want it 1/4. Now we're going to put dimensions. We're going to click here and let's put that correctly on correct dimensionals. We're going to use only pin or dim. Okay, pen one or dim. So this is dim. And then click their dimension tool and then select this and the center, and that's supposed to be a small dimension. I believe we set this to 18 inches. If you're having some issues like this, you can change it, right click property, and then you can change it here. But if you notice that there's like a big thousand number here, that means there's something wrong with your dim style. So we're going to go dim style, and then we're going to, we only have one style, the Arch 45, and we're going to modify that one. And we're going to go to our primary units, okay? And then over here, our measurement scale is already set to 192. But now what we really wanted to do is if you hover over it, you're going to see this note that says that the set a scale factor for linear dimension measurement. It is not recommended that you do not change this value from the default value of 1. We want to put that back to 1, and we want to check this apply to layout dimensions only, and then click OK, so that when you're dimensioning, it will copy the dimension of whatever viewport scale, and that's 1 foot 6, which is 18 inches. Okay, which is what we want. So we're going to delete that and put in 18 inches, and then check. There you go. So what are the important dimensions on an ADA restroom? We know that is one important thing to dimension. What else? We know that the edge of the sink to this one, um, I believe, is also set. It also needs to be set. Um, so if we search here, ADA restroom dimension, okay, and let's just look at um, measurements here. Let's see, like this one here. We know that is supposed to be 5 feet minimum, and we have a 5'2" that we see here. It's 5'2", so we're good. We also know this is supposed to be 18 inches from the center of the sink to the edge of the wall, and the center of the toilet bowl to the edge of the wall is also supposed to be 18 inches. And then the grab bars, right? So we have to do that. So let's measure this again here. Put here the center. Uh, let's locate here the center. CN. Let's see, there you go. Center to the edge of the wall, and that's supposed to be, as you can see, it's supposed to be also 18 inches. So we're going to just leave it somewhere here, and then double click. And 1 foot 6 is correct, but we want it to be in inches. So we're going to delete that and put in 18 inches and press enter. Up, and then click somewhere, and it's supposed to be 18 inches. And then the grab bar, okay, if we look at our the grab bar is supposed to be 12 inches, and then it's supposed to be 42 inches. Okay. Then there's supposed to be a 48-inch minimum clear here. So we go again and do our dimension from here. So we want the center of these two lines. So we're gonna right click. Oh, I'm gonna put dimension from this corner, and we're going to shift right click. So shift right click, and then we're going to do midpoint between 2 points. And then we'll click this point and that point, and we're going to drag out, and that's supposed to be at least a foot. So we're going to change that, delete to a foot. Okay, 12 inches. Why did it not return there? There you go. And this is supposed to be 48 inches, I believe. So that's supposed to be 42. 42, my mistake. 42. So linear dimension. We're gonna click this point again here. Shift right click midpoint between 2 points. Click here and click there. There you go. And then we're going to do again that right click shift midpoint between 2 points. And then drag that down here. Okay. So what is it supposed to be? This is supposed to be 48 or 42. There you go, 42. And its backside is supposed to be 36 inches. So we're gonna adjust the scale. Now, does it show it's 36 here? Let's look at another one here. Yeah, this is supposed to be 36, and that's 42. Here's another one. Doesn't show there. Grab bars, length of grab bars. Anyway, we're gonna have a detail on that one later. But here is another one. So the back grab bars is 36. This is 12 inches, and that's 54. And 54 minus 12 is 42. Okay, so that's what we have here. 8 inches, 42 in the back side here. I'm going to move these two higher, I mean further, like that. And then I also want to move this a little bit here so that I can squeeze a dimension from the right click midpoint of these 2 points to another right click midpoint of these 2 points. Okay, and that's supposed to be 36. Okay, I'm going to move this a little bit to the, and then move this here, 36. There you go. And then what else? I wanted this dimension here also, so I'm going to put a dimension from the very tip here to the wall, perpendicular. Okay, and right now it is 4'7.5", and we need at least 48. Okay, 48. So our dimension is 4 feet. That's a 48 radius 7.5. So we're good. Okay. Uh, so we're going to delete this and put in 48 inch, and we're going to put in minimum. Okay. Because this bowl comes longer or shorter depends on the, but we must have a 48-inch minimum clear. Okay. And then I think we're good with that one. We just have to dimension that this is 60 inches. So we're going to do a nearest to nearest here, or perpendicular here. Oh, let's do a diameter. Dimension diameter here, and then let's diameter. There we go. 5 feet diameter. The door, we're going to have a door symbol later, and we're going to do that. Or let's just, should we do that? No, we just do the later. But yeah, that's the enlarged plan, and position it where you want to position it. Let's just put that here and maybe here. Okay, this let's save this first before we continue, and let's put the title. Let's copy this and we'll put that. That's too low. And then we just center this. Before that, we change this to enlarged plan. Then move that. Change this scale. This is now a quarter. And then stretch that. Okay. I mean, I think it's centered enough. So there you go. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to do enlarged plan, and that's how to do it. And before I forget, we need to put in the overall dimension of the inside of the restroom. So we have to pick from here to here, drag out, and then dimension also from this corner to that corner, drag out. Okay, I think that's it. Okay, the next piece that we need to do is the elevation or interior elevation of this toilet. Okay, so what does the interior elevation of the toilet look like? It's going to be looking like this. So you're going to have your north, east, south, and west wall, and you're going to draw the fixtures, if there's any window, the doors, if there's any uh, child changing station, the sink, and everything like that. Okay. So to do this, we can simply go to the model space and go to our restroom and then create the size of this restroom. Okay. So we know that the restroom is just small. So let's just copy this and go here and then adjust our X clip, and which is this one. This box is our X clip. So we're going to just simply adjust that to here. Just like when we did the enlarged floor plan, we can certainly adjust that too, like that. And then this wall would be the north wall. Okay, that's would be the north wall, and this would be the east wall, the west wall, and the south wall. All right, so to the north wall first, I'm simply going to do a line indicating the width of the restroom. And let's bring that down. And then at this point, you're supposed to know how tall the ceilings are. Okay, so considering that we have, I think, 14 feet. Um, let's look at our elevation or interior section. So that would be my AutoCAD files, and it will be on the section elevation. First, second, elevation right, base 11. Is this one it? No, this one is not it. There you go. And as you can see here, we have a 14.0. Okay. If we expose our ceiling, we're going to be left with 12 foot 2. And that might be too high for a restroom. So we can do a 12 feet uh, below. Okay. So if the door is around 7 feet, a 9 foot or 10 foot ceiling is appropriate. So that means you're going to drop the ceiling. Okay. So going back to this one, if this is the floor, then I want it to be like 10 feet tall, and that's the height of my restroom. Okay. So we're just gonna do fill it and fill it, fill it, and then we're going to just change this to a thicker pen assignment. So pen 5 should be enough. Okay. And then what is on this wall? If there's nothing there, okay, then you really have nothing to put in. There's no fixture. But we typically have our restroom. If there's any tile, and we don't tile up to the ceiling, we tile like maybe 4 feet high. You can see also there's a corner here. This is a symbol for having a baseboard or a baseboard tile. Okay, so that's typically going to be like 6 inches. It doesn't really matter what the real height of the baseboard tile would be. So we do an offset 6 inches, and then we simply do like an offset of one inwards, an offset of one inwards, and then we simply do. I hope you can see that. Might be too dark on the video, but I'm just doing a fillet. Whoop, I need to do another line here. There you go. And then simply um, match property, everything. Okay. So next I will do the I guess I can do the west wall. So to the west wall, I can copy this and then do a rotation. Oop, there you go. Do a rotation. And then move that. Okay. And then do another line to the outline of the wall. And then simply copy this from here to here. And then you can do a fillet here. Now we have to stretch this so that this end is perpendicular to there. And we can do a fillet. Oh, it didn't. Fillet. There you go. And then the line for the ceiling is up here, and another fillet. And then that's it. Okay. And then simply match property. And then you would typically have a this drawing in AutoCAD because it's a standard office drawing. And on this wall, we're going to have a toilet bowl on this left side. So I'm going to go to my standard office drawing and then grab a copy of this one. copy it, and then paste it here. Control C, and then I wanted to copy this whole thing. Enter, and then come back here and do a paste. There you go. I'll just paste it somewhere here. And then all I'm going to do is I'm just going to copy this thing and put it here. Okay, so I'm just going to copy the fixture. I guess there's going to be a toilet tissue dispenser. You know what? I'll just copy this whole thing. Copy this whole thing. And then put it down here. And then move this. I don't want this. And this one's already on our enlarged plan, so we don't need to do that. That's already here. The measurements of, okay, so we don't need to do that. So we're going to erase these and that one too. And then simply move this, and the bottom of this must be touching the wall, the floor, I mean. And then we're gonna move this, and the end of this must be touching this wall here. Okay. And then the middle of this should be 18 inches from this wall. So I'm just going to do an offset 18. And then I'm going to move the sink and the mirror. And this one is a soap dispenser. So I'm going to get it from the midpoint here, MID. And then go and touch the perpendicular line. There you go. Okay, and I'm going to simply move this. Then extend this here like that, and then just do a trim, and there you go. Okay, so I will give you this file so you can copy and paste from, and then we're going to put like a 4 foot wainscot tile. So we're going to do a offset, and then we're going to do a 4 feet offset from the floor, just like that. And we're going to match property the edge of that tile. This one doesn't touch it, so make sure that you extend that up to the end. And this one too should be touching. Whoop. And then we just do a trim and trim these. Okay. And then we're simply going to do a hatch and hatch this space and press enter. And then do a match property to copy this to this. And that will be your interior elevation of your wall. Okay. So same thing here. We're simply going to do a line up to here, do another line from here to here, do a trim, and if there's nothing on this wall, because there's nothing on this wall that you want to put, there's no baby changing station, whatever, then we do that, and then we match property this and that, and then we wanted to match property also this of this bottom and top. There you go. So I guess you will now do the east wall and the south wall here. So I'll let you do that, and then come back and show you how to put that on our sheet. Okay, so we've finished the interior elevations of these. By the way, I on this wall over here, when we're looking at the north wall, um, you want to show that there's a sink attached to this, not on the north wall itself, but you can see that there's a profile of a sink here. Okay. Yeah, so just like this one, toilet is not attached to the wall, but you can see the profile of the toilet. If you're looking at the what is this? The south wall, then you can see that there's a toilet bowl, and which is this one here. Okay. So now that we have it done, and we are now ready to put that on our sheet here. Okay. So we're going to. We know that we did it on our model space just below our first floor. Okay, so to open it up, we just copy the first floor viewport. So we're gonna click this and copy it, and we're gonna drag it up or drag it down here. Let's escape, and I'm gonna open up this viewport until I see the windows here. Okay, and I'm gonna open up like that, and then I'm gonna close that. There you go. Oh, I don't want to adjust it yet because I wanted it to match the scale of my large plan, which is a quarter. And if I double click inside, you can see that this is an eighth. So I have to unlock and then change this to a quarter and then lock it. No, not lock it again, but hand until I can see all four. If you can't, then that means that you need to double click outside, click on the box, and then make it a little wider so we can see the whole thing. Okay, let's move this up here to the white area so we can see better of it. Okay, and so we don't want to see the floor plan, so we're just gonna bring it down. Oh, so bring it down here and bring it here and bring it up. There you go. Okay, just want to bring this over into. Okay, so then I can see, hey, it's too wide, so I probably want to uh, squeeze it a little bit. Okay, and how will I squeeze it? Well, you'll go back to your model space, and then you simply move this. Well, let's move this and this and this. There you go. You just eyeball it, okay, and then go back, and then you can now readjust this, okay, and you want to bring this now down, okay, roughly to the same level. They don't have, there's nothing to align it with, okay, but I'm gonna move that, and then I'm gonna copy uh, this whole thing, this whole title here, and bring it like this, okay, and bring it up a little bit and do a stretch, and change the title to restroom interior elevations. Okay, and this would be my drawing number 2. Okay, and then we are now ready to put in some text, and that will be one of your jobs here is to look at the interior elevations here and look at that there are texts here. Okay, you do want to specify the height. Um, let's look at the A7 sheet. Okay, there you go. You do want to specify the height of the floor to the ceiling, the height of the baseboard. You don't need to do this because it's already on plan, but you do want to call this out. Okay, SD means soap dispenser, and then this one's medical cabinet with mirror, right? Uh, this one is a ceramic tile wainscot, typical. Okay, and then this one is seat cover dispenser and tissue paper dispenser. So you want to put all of these text over here. This one again, seat cover dispenser, toilet paper dispenser, right? So those are your typical notes here, including the heights of where they are. Okay, so you wanna put this onto your uh, restroom interior elevations. Okay, make sure that you have the height. Okay, so that's supposed to be fairly simple. You just put linears again and then do that. Okay, and then you see it's 10 feet. Okay, yeah, and then put some leaders and put some notes just like you can see here. Okay, so again, I thought I'm gonna give you the sheet. Okay, so you can copy it into your model space to make your A5. Okay, and then above this is where we're going to put our mounting heights. Okay, and that would be on another module document. Okay, so for this module, we are going to do a enlarged plan, and then we're going to enter elevations. And you're going to draw this. You're going to create sheet A5. You're going to have your enlarged plan here, and you're going to have your restroom interior elevations. Oh, by the way, we're going to have here uh, restroom interior elevations. So INTELEV. Okay, and then that's going to be the extent for this document. I have another document for the upper one. Okay, so before I forget, we need to label these. Okay, so going back to our model space, this one is looking at the north wall. Okay, and this one is looking at the west wall. So this is northwest, and then we're going to look at so we're looking at the northwest, and then we're looking at the south. So northwest, south. Okay, so over here, we're going to go and label these northwest, south. So I will simply copy this from here, bring it up, and put in or edit that to say north. Oh, and use north like that. Okay. If it's too close to the bottom, I suggest you adjust that, bring it up a little bit. Okay. And then this one is the west wall, and this one is the south wall, and this one is the east wall. Okay. So north, and this one is the west wall, and this one is the south wall, and this one is the east wall. There you go. Okay. So yeah, finish this one, dimensions, and put in your notes. Okay, dimensions and notes. Remember, you don't need to put this because it's already on plan. Just these vertical dimensions and these notes that says uh, toilet cover dispenser. I mean, seat cover dispenser, toilet paper dispenser, or tissue paper dispenser, and yeah, and all that other stuff. Okay, so do that to finish this module.